All right, so I made a video on how to experience things in life, and this is something that I really wanted to talk about after that. So I may upload the video before or after. Basically, the video is called How to Experience Things in Life. So be sure to check out that video. It's a little bit of a longer video, but I do think there's a lot of benefits. So in this video, I want to talk about why most people will never experience anything in their life. And that could be starting a business, that could be finding a potential partner in life, a wife or a husband in life. That could be your health, why most people are out of shape. That could be your career, why you're never able to figure out, like, why you're never able to experience some wins in your career, why you're never able to travel. And this resonates a lot with me because I'm someone that uh, I get naturally, we all get discouraged, but I always come back. I'm this type of person where I maybe I'm a little bit crazy in this sense, but I just never give up. If you have my phone number, you'll see I always say never give up. And what I mean never give up, I don't mean like just like I'm just gonna keep doing it over and over and over again. No, sometimes I stop. Like YouTube, I come back, I go into it, I come back, I leave, I come back, I leave, I come back, I leave. I've been doing YouTube since like 2017, and I've come back, I've tried something new, it doesn't work, I leave for a couple months or maybe a year, but I always come back to it. And this is something that I do really well, even though I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Like I'm the opposite of a perfectionist, and that could be one of my problems as well. But the two things that people do that that disables them from achieving whatever it is that they want to achieve. The first one is they never start, and the second one is they start, they fail, and then they never come back to it. So the first one, they never start. There's so many people out here that want to start businesses. There's so many people that want to go to the gym. I always hear, oh, I need to go to the gym. I want to start going, this and that. Right? There's so many people that that want to find the person of their dreams, or that want to get married. There's so many people that want to do these things. There's people that want to travel. There's people that want to do things, but they never start. They never take. And what I mean start, and the reason why people don't start is because they overcomplicate things. They're like, oh, I need to go to a gym. The gym, I need to do all these workouts. They look online. And part of it too is also like not knowing the direction, maybe not having a coach or just someone who can guide you. This is where mentorship is like super important. And of course, I do like online training. So again, that's one thing that I'm currently doing. And even myself with online training, I realized that I need a coach to help me figure out how I can scale this new business that I'm starting. So we all need guidance, we all need mentorship. Why is it that when you go to school, you learn from somebody, right? When you're going to school, you have teachers, right? Teachers that are ahead of you, right? That's why professional athletes, they all have coaches. Like, you need someone to help you get to wherever it is that you want to be in life, because there's people that are ahead of you. And yeah, so the reason why most people, they don't start, and the problem is when you don't start, you're always going to be in this stage where it's like, oh, I can't do this, or it's going to be too hard. It's like, oh, why don't you start doing this? Oh no, I gotta like this, there's all this stuff, it takes capital, it takes this, it takes that, it takes that. But what if you maybe just watch a YouTube video on how to start this thing, or you take a step ahead? And another thing that people tend to get, like, that tend to people don't understand is, no matter what you start, you're gonna suck at it. You, like, it doesn't matter what you start, you're gonna suck at it. Like, nobody just comes into it as a perfectionist. Like, nobody's perfect at it. And I'm someone that I've always been the opposite. Like, sometimes I go a little bit too extreme in the sense that I'm like the non-perfectionist, where I just want to get things done. And my problem is attention to detail. So that's always been like my biggest weakness. So this is something I actually do really well. I just start and I figure it out along the way. What happens is, when you start something, again, you're gonna suck at it. Just realize you're gonna suck at whatever it is that you're starting. Is you're gonna look at your stuff and be like, oh, this kind of sucks. People are gonna look at it, they're gonna be like, your stuff sucks. It's gonna feel like, man, I just can't figure out what I'm doing. But what happens when you suck is you start to find ways to get better. And as a result, you just keep recalibrating, you keep, refreshing, you keep learning, and you keep improving from there. And then when you start to improve, people also notice that. And then as a result, you're just going to keep improving to the point where you get to a point where it's like everyone's going to be like, oh, nice, you're doing great, this and that. But it wasn't that long ago when you sucked. And one thing I recommend, if you ever want to like understand this, is go to like a YouTuber that you like, and there's an option to see their first videos. Even who's the biggest YouTuber in the world? Mr. Beast. Look at his, I don't know if he still has it. Some people, they privated, they unlisted, but look at his first videos. His first videos were not great. If you look at his first videos, they were not great. If you read the stories of like the most successful entrepreneurs, you look at their first businesses, part of it, a lot of the times they failed at it, or they didn't do well at it, or something just didn't work. And even like professional athletes, like they didn't just become NBA players or they in the Champions League just like that. Some players, they were so like, they just did not do well at whatever that it is that they were doing. And it just took the time for them to develop. They had it's called raw talent, right? Where you're very raw at what you're doing, but you develop it. That's why you have coaches. That's why you do research. And if you don't want to coach, you just do your research. Even in your fitness journey, when you first go, your form is going to suck. Like you're not going to know how to do things. You're not going to know how to eat properly. You're not going to know how to do it. You're not going to be good at it. But after a while, you start to understand it a little bit. You start to develop it a little bit, and you have to look at yourself as a work in progress. And when you look at yourself as a work in progress, you can identify your weaknesses, your strengths, and you can improve from there. And myself, no matter how far you go into whatever it is that you're going into, you're always going to need to learn. You're always going to need to develop yourself. So, but like I said, this is like, you won't get to this point unless you start. This year, I started like a blog. Like I bought a course for, I think it was like $300 USD. And I developed my website in literally like, I think 2 weeks or so. And it took some time to develop the website, but I learned how to start an email list. I learned how to build consistent blogs every week. So every Monday at noon, I have a blog every single week. But I didn't just start by creating a blog every single week. I built my website, and then I went to travel. And when I came back from travels, which was probably like a month and a half later, I started my blog. So every week I have a blog. You can check it out down below. You can join the newsletter. But it took some time. With this online training, it kind of just came into it, right? Because I started making videos again. And then I just started mentioning, hey, check out my link down below. Check out my link down below. Check out my link down below. It didn't just come just like that. Like I said, and I didn't just wake up and say, oh, I want to do online training. But in 2020, I went to school for personal training to get my ACE. So my ACE was, as a result, I worked at a gym for a little bit, and then I kind of left personal training, and then but the 3 years that I was doing, I was learning like project management. I was learning the online space. I learned some platforms. So now I'm at a point where I know the platforms. I kind of know how to build whatever it is I'm trying to build, but I do need some guidance. So that's why I'm gonna be hiring a coach to help me with that very soon, inshallah. But I started. I just took a step, and I just dabbled into it. I just took a step. I took a step forward. And most people, and I've been talking about this for almost 8-9 minutes now, most people will never ever start something. They'll never ever start because there's fear that they suck. There's fear that, oh, I gotta do so many things. I've gotta there's so much to do. But you have to start. Like everyone that you know that's successful in whatever it is that they're doing, they just started something. They started it. No matter how much you suck. Like last year, I made videos, and personally, I looked at the videos. I was like, okay, the videos are okay, but they weren't that great. Like I knew that they weren't that great. Every time I come back to YouTube, I notice my videos get better and better and better and better and better. They improve. Why? Because there's more vision. Like I understand, okay, what videos did I make last year, and how do I improve on them? Now I know when I make videos, It's because I want to promote my fitness online coaching. It's starting to make more and more sense. But I started back in like 2017, 2018. If you look at I unlisted some videos because they're a little bit irrelevant, but I will bring those videos back again once this channel does pop off a little bit. And I've noticed I've been uploading reels, I've been uploading shorts, and I've been getting 1 or 2 subscribers every couple of days, which is like, for me, a big win. I just hit 400 subscribers. So that's a huge, huge win for me. But I just started, honestly, and that's a big, big one. And the second thing that people do, I can talk about starting for hours, but I don't want to make this video too long. Again, like if you are struggling to start when it comes to your health journey, check out the link down below. We can talk, we can have a conversation and figure out what your plan is, and then we can kind of go from there. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is when you start something, you fail maybe 1 or 2 times, you just quit. And this is another thing that people do that will never get them to wherever it is that they want to be. Now, I've recently gotten married, okay? Like, I got married not too long ago. And what happened there was I actually gave up on just relationships and marriage in general, like before getting married. And what happened to me was, because there's so many, we all have experiences, but as the experiences went, I was always learning. But in my head, I told myself, you know what? I'm not looking to get married, but I'm open to it. I'm not gonna close the door yet. So I went to travel, and then, for example, I met my wife there. I'm not gonna go through full details, but I met my wife there. Had I been closed off to it, like I would probably just be in the same position now. But there's a part of me that was open to it. And this is something that most people fail to understand. What I said previously was you're going to suck at whatever it is that you're currently doing. You're going to suck at it. It's a reality. You're not going to be good at whatever it is that you start, but you're going to develop. You just keep developing. You just keep developing. You just keep developing. You just keep developing, right? Any product that you start, it's not going to be the perfect product. Instagram is not what it is today because of Instagram when it first started is not the same as Instagram as it is now, right? Instagram was a completely different platform. I think it had a different logo. I think the purpose of it was different too. I can't remember, but the purpose was completely different. But it's developed to what it is before. Even TikTok, I'm pretty sure TikTok was Musical.ly before. Pretty sure it was a whole different platform, but it developed to a whole different thing. And now TikTok is what it is because of the way they developed. YouTube was completely different back then, right? But YouTube just developed, right? And for me, what I've always found myself doing is I will just try and I'll say, you know what, let's try again. Let's try again. And if it doesn't work, I'll just take a step back from it. I always tell myself, oh, you know what, it's not going to work, this and that. But I always come back to it. I'm like, you know what, what if? And that's where like the starting comes. So it's like these 2 little things that I personally do. I start and then I refine. Start, refine, right? Most people, they either won't start, so basically they won't start. If you don't start, you'll never know. But the other thing is they won't refine. They'll just stop. So if you just stop, then it's done, right? And this is where most people let go of their health. That's why you'll see people that are out of shape after like a while, like they'll lose their health, their dream, not dream, I don't want to say dream career, but their career, like they're not happy in their career. They may not find the marriage that they're looking for, the relationship that they're looking for. And these are 2 things. You just have to start, you have to refine, start, refine. It's like this little loophole, right? And sometimes when you start, sometimes you're not going to stay in that same thing. Maybe you're going to develop into a new field, or maybe you're going to develop into yourself as an individual. Maybe the reason why you're not married right now, maybe there's certain characteristics within yourself that you need to develop. Maybe you need to go to a specific place. You just have to start, refine. Okay, that's the theme of this video. Start, refine. I can make this like a huge thing, but start, refine. And I don't want to go too deep in this because I've been talking for almost 15 minutes, but no matter what it is that you're doing, just understand that whatever your vision is, if that's your vision, you trust your vision and understand that maybe nobody will understand what it is that you're trying to do. But if you understand your vision, you stick to your vision, then you just do your best, right? You do your best at whatever it is that you're doing. If something's not working, understand why is it not working? What do I need to refine? Do I need to find someone who's done it already and kind of go from there? Or maybe I need to take a step back. And sometimes taking a step back is fine. But that's what I mean, take a step back. Don't just quit. Take a step back. And what happens when you take a step back? You can kind of analyze things. You can see what's going on. And then you can kind of go for it. Maybe hire a consultant. There's so many ways. But the video I'm trying to make today is just don't give up. Don't just give up just like that, right? I struggle with it too. Sometimes there's times when I'm discouraged. I don't want to do something. But for me, I don't give up. I just refine, right? When I stop doing something, it's not because, oh, I give up. It's because I'm just trying to see, okay, since it's not working, something's not working right now. How do I refine it? How do I improve it? How do I improve it? How do I improve it? And that's how you just approach your life. You just figure out, how can I improve? 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 Right? So yeah, that's really what I want to talk about today. Just take it a step at a time. I always say that too. And yeah, inshallah, you'll figure it out. So anyways, as usual, if you want online fitness coaching, check out the link down below. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess we'll talk later. Don't forget to stay authentic. Peace.